I want to get into this is my first broadcast on my sports talk channel, and I just want to get into the NBA Finals briefly. Um, I'm just gonna be real honest with y'all. I haven't watched basketball all year. I, when you know what's going to happen and who's going to end up in the finals, you don't watch. Like, I waited till the finals to even watch a game. I caught highlights here and there, but after watching last night's game, I figured out what is really wrong with the Cavaliers. It's not the players, it's not the personnel, it's coaching. When the Cavaliers hire a real fucking coach, they stand a chance to at least be competitive in any one of these finals that's coming up. Because if Golden State is able to stay together, they're going to be there for the next probably 3 out of the next 5 years, 3 to 4 out of the next 5 years. So the roster is not the problem. The roster is solid top to bottom. The problem is your guys that's coming off the bench don't have a chance to get in the rhythm because you're using 3 spots: shooting guard, power forward, and center to substitute the rest of your rotation because you're playing Kyrie and fucking LeBron entirely too much. Think back to the 96 Bulls, and this is what actually made the Bulls great, and nobody ever talks about this. But if you think about it, at the end of when it gets down to about 4 minutes in the first quarter, Jordan came out the game every game. And Pippen remained on the floor. And then, about 2 or 3 minutes into the second quarter, Jordan came back in the game, and Pippen went to the bench. That's the even flow. That's the way they were able to stay fresh, and that's why Jordan had the energy at the end of the game. Jordan had the energy at the end of the game to finish games. LeBron has dealt with this his whole career, and in 14 years, he's never figured it out. Think about this, y'all. I'm at the point where I'm thinking LeBron is not able to take coaching. Because think about this. I think this is what I think happened, and tell me this don't make sense. But I think David Blatt, who was the coach of the Cavaliers before Tyronn Lue and got fired last year, I think when that man stepped up and said, "I am going to coach this team," and not just tell LeBron, "Okay, yes, this is how we're going to do it the way that you want to do it." I think when that man stepped up and said that, I think that's when LeBron got him fired. That's what I think happened. And then he put a person in place. They got a person in place that's willing to say yes to LeBron because he has no real coaching experience. And think about what he did and when he was in the NBA. He was a complete role player and substitution. The substitution, like, he has no strategy towards his substitution. So what do you expect to happen? Your best players, who you play the whole entire game, at the end of the game, are going to run out of gas. You got a man who's been in the league for 14 years. You have a person who's who's going to end up laboring. And last night, they did everything they could do. 39 and 38 points. But your other players are not getting in the rhythm because you only have 3 spots to substitute the rest of your 10 players in, other than those 2 spots. Because you're keeping those guys on the floor the entire game. And then when it's the winning time, when it's time to win the game, they're tired. Your best guys who's supposed to step up, they're tired as fuck. So I just wanted to put this out here before anybody else has a chance to fucking realize it, which nobody's going to really say anything about this until the finals are over. So I just wanted to be the first to say it. That's all I got. Show off.